Since the start of the year, Escape from Tarkov has blown up, garnering mass attention during their first ever drops event in the 1st of January, giving us great gifts like rock climbing axes or the streamer Pestily killing one of the most challenging bosses in the game, Killa, with a microwave on his lap.
24-hour stream at 100k. I'm running. I'm doing a 24-hour stream. Guys, it's so hard. Is that Killa? I just killed Killa with a microwave on my lap. There you go, Killa! Oh.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Groban49, and I want to give a special shout out to Pestily. Thank you for letting me use that clip. I'll have a link to his channels in the description below. And today we're going to be taking a look at Escape from Tarkov. Boasting one of the most extensive weapon customization systems ever imagined, some of the best sound design, complex systems involving bullet fragmentation and bullet penetration, a simple yet complex health and limb system, and some of the most beautiful maps I have ever seen. Escape from Tarkov is every first-person shooter and gun enthusiast's wet dream. But Tarkov is not a game for everybody. Let me first start out by saying I absolutely love Escape from Tarkov, but at the same time, I absolutely hate it. Escape from Tarkov, furthermore in this video referred to as either EFT or Tarkov, is brutal, painstakingly brutal. In EFT, nothing is safe. The gameplay loop that Tarkov offers you is you kit out your PMC, or your player main character, and you head out into a raid. A map you scavenge for loot, kill NPCs known as Scavs, PvP with other players, all while trying to make it out with your life. If you die, all of the gear and the loot that you have on you, with the exception of what's in your secure container, is lost. You also have the option of spawning into a raid as a scav, with a loadout randomly selected for you by the game. And if you die, you lose nothing, but if you make it out, all of the gear and loot you acquired can be moved into your stash, which is your main inventory. Now that's not as easy as it may sound though, as this is only the beginning. To make matters worse, there is no in-game map readily available for you to just have. Tarkov rarely grants those luxuries. And when you do have a map that you've purchased in-game, you have to actually use the map, and then you have to identify landmarks to understand where you are. Now there are maps on the game's wiki page, however, maps are for noobs and idiots who want to know where they're going. And while they are made by incredible members of the community, if you use them, you're just straight up bad. Getting lost is part of the experience. The Lord Nikita has decreed it so. Now Tarkov isn't a game that you play for fun. It's a game where you volunteer yourself to get repeatedly kicked in the balls, thanking Nikita, the game's director, for the opportunity to play his game. It may describe itself as a first-person shooter. It's not. Tarkov is a horror game. Getting shot at is scary as hell. You have Chads with fully meta weapons and armor chasing you down, laughing as your starting ammo is virtually useless against their armor, and they slaughter you mercilessly, all for the sheer fun and rubles. But then, something incredible happens. Through either pure skill or dumb luck, you manage to drop a player. You start to extract more. You learn the maps. You see where firefights are happening, and you take them. And when you win, you're more cautious before looting. You start to headshot scavs. You seek out fights. You don't give a damn about the shit gun you brought in. It was only 56k rubles anyways. Something clicks. You start to understand more and more. But then, Tarkov kicks you in the balls again. Tarkov giveth, and Tarkov taketh away. Now, this is in addition to some performance issues Tarkov has. They have stutters everywhere, for almost no reason. And as I'm sure you can tell from the gameplay, that these aren't rare. These happen all the time. And getting killed, not because you were outshot, but because the game stuttered, feels like shit. Now, the game also has an issue with audio. And I said that Tarkov has some of the best sound design, and that's true. However, outside of gun sounds, and the sounds you make when you walk over different materials, Tarkov is a mess when trying to locate players or scavs based on sound sometimes, especially if they're on another floor. Combine that with when you have a bad day in Tarkov, it's a bad day. Your stash value drops, you lose all of the good guns you spent a few hours researching and building, but when you have a good day, It feels incredible. There's a line in Far Cry 3 that really resonates with how Tarkov feels to play.
You know, I never thought I'd be able to kill someone. The first time it felt wrong. Which is good, right? But now, it feels like winning.
And there's an almost sort of high you get whenever you win an engagement. When you come out on top, or you manage to take down a Chad and you take his sweaty loadout, it provides a feeling like no other game does. To know that you started at nothing, and now you've managed to be something in the Tarkov world, it's an amazing feeling. But in order to get to that, you have to learn to suffer before you learn to crawl. As I said before, this is a game for the hardcore, and the people who want an authentic, immersive first-person shooter experience. But that doesn't mean it's for everybody. Losing gear that you spent a long time to get causes players to get a condition known in Tarkov as gear fear. The fear that you don't want to bring in gear that is either rare or really good, and potentially lose it due to another player or a scav or a glitch. Gear fear is tough to break, and for a more casual player, while there may be some enjoyment in just running whatever guns and equipment you have, if you try to take the game semi-seriously at first, and you really care what your survival rating is, gear fear is a real thing, and it's very difficult to get over. Now, Tarkov does have some mitigations for losing gear though. Tarkov has what's called an insurance system, where if you die and another player does not take your gear out of the raid, you can get it back, provided you paid for the insurance service. But be careful though, depending on who you insured your gear with, you either have 24 hours or up to 7 days to claim your lost items. Now, rubles are the main currency of Tarkov, and in Tarkov, everything has value. Every item in the game can either be sold to traders or sold on Tarkov's flea market, an in-game market board featuring almost every item in the game you can buy, often for premium costs. Rubles, or the other currencies, euros or dollars, are acquired through a multitude of ways: selling items found in raid, selling items taken off of other players but not weapons as of the recent patch, crafting items in your hideout, and then selling them, and tasks. Tasks are the game's main mission systems, and while a bit unruly at times, provide a path forward in raids other than kill players and take their stuff. While some missions are simply go here or kill X number of scavs or players, some of the missions, especially from the vendor Jaeger, are just plain obscene. Kill 8 scavs in the woods while a full moon is out at midday. Or kill someone with the Mosin at 100 meters with no scope. Now, it isn't the best way to get money or gear. However, the main draw is you get a higher reputation, which combined with your overall level, you get access to better gear sold directly by the vendors. Now, some of this could be a little bit overwhelming, but then you factor in the different weapon types, the different bullet calibers, different types of ammunition, all of which have different fragmentation and penetration values, different armors, different armor levels, knowing what armors repair better than others. You have scav bosses, some of the hardest NPCs in the game. There's a lot to unpack. And that's why I say it's not a game for everyone. If you want a game that has low stakes and you just want to play a shooter, Tarkov might not be the game for you. But if you put in the time, if you learn, you conquer your gear fear, and you put in the time to understand everything there is, Tarkov offers an experience unlike any game you have ever played. In Tarkov, there's beauty in the chaos.